everybody, this is Courtney, and so I wanted to do a resourcefulness update, or the lost art of resourcefulness update today. So a couple of things happened today that I wanted to share with you, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I can't talk. So I wanted to share some saving tips, but first I wanted to tell you something that I think about a lot when I watch these money saving videos, because I watch some kind of money saving video like Free to Frugal or a bunch of other ones every day almost, just to keep me motivated and to learn new things, because we can always learn. And this morning one of the ladies I was watching was talking about, like, you know, she doesn't get her hair colored and she doesn't wear makeup or get her nails done anymore because she doesn't want to spend money on those things. And I thought, you know, those things are really expensive, but they're important to me. I just got my hair done today, which is why it's one of the only times you'll see it straight. And I don't spend a lot of money on makeup anymore. I used to be a department store makeup person. I used to work in that field, and so I put a lot of value in that. And now I would say my makeup budget's no more than $100 a year, where it wouldn't have been unusual for me to spend $100 a pop at the makeup counter. And I find the older I get, the less makeup I need to wear. So I don't know why that is, but it is kind of a blessing of getting older. The other thing is recognizing that what's important to you may not be important to me. And so when we're saving and working on money saving, a lot of times it's more about what you value, like what is valuable to you. So I may choose to not buy clothes, but maybe a couple of times a year in exchange for being able to get my hair done every month or have my nails done once a month. And it's just all about what you value. So I wanted to tell you some things I found out today. The first one was something my stepsis shared with me, and that is called media mail. I'm an author, and I had to mail a couple of books to Canada. Well, I found out you can't do media mail to Canada. But if you're shipping in the United States, you can do media mail for $3 per box. So it is significantly less than mailing standard mail. So $3 versus like $10 is huge. The other, and I don't know what all the rules and regs are for that, but that's a big savings, like with books and things like that. The other thing I learned about today was going online to find gas prices. I got off work and I needed gas, and I went to the gas station, and I was horrified. When I left this morning, gas was $2.50 a gallon in Hot Springs, and when I got off work, it was $2.65 in Benton. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, what happened in 3 hours? So I just asked my phone. I asked Google, what are the gas prices in town? And 6 miles away from me, gas was 21 cents cheaper a gallon than it was where I was. So I just put it in directions, and I went there, and I saved quite a bit of money. And apparently I'm not the only one that does that, because that gas station was packed. The third thing is grouping errands and restructuring your errands around where you work or when you're in town. This can save a lot of money. So for instance, my son, many of you who watch my videos know that one of my kids has a disability and he can't drive, and so he needed some groceries. So I'm at the grocery store parking lot right now. I was going to pick him up and take him to the gym tonight. He likes to work out, and I love to work out. But I thought, well, it would be easier for me to get groceries here where I work in town, and then work out at home tonight, and tomorrow take him to work out, because I can drive by where he lives, drop off his groceries, and go home. I don't want to go back into town after that. I live a 50-mile round trip from town. So this is something I've done often, even when I lived in town, is I grouped my errands on the same day, and it saves a lot of money and a lot of running around. If you want to be extreme, there's a method as well, the UPS method, that you plan your outing in right-hand turns. So it's really not that hard. You think of all the places you need to go, you number them, and you try to make as many right-hand turns as possible. And that is more of a time saver than it is a money saver, but time is money. So, the other thing is don't shop. Now, I shared last week a little bit about having to go into the store and all of a sudden seeing all these cute clothes and all of a sudden feeling like I needed clothes, and I'm on the no buy clothes thing for a year. I even think it's getting to my husband a little bit, because he told me that he wanted to give me some money to buy clothes before we went on vacation, which is funny because we share our money is shared money. I mean, it's not like I need permission to buy clothes. I just am not buying clothes because, number one, clutter and stuff. Number two, it makes me more creative. And number three, I want to put that money and divert it into retirement. And we are taking a vacation, but I have other priorities. And so I'm limiting myself in some areas. The fourth one is to stop and think. And this is an area where my husband and I come to blows sometime, not in a bad way. I mean, we may get a little upset. We don't really fight. We'll have disagreements and get our feelers hurt. But stopping and thinking, and I find this a lot with my kids. It's like we had a situation with one of our kids this week where the kiddo worked for us and earned a lot of money, and then they asked for some more money for something that was a need, but they should have had the money to pay for it themselves. And without thinking, we gave them the money without really thinking about, oh, wait a minute, they've been working and we gave them money for working. They shouldn't need money for this. So, and we didn't stop and ask, like, what's the deal? Maybe there was a reason they didn't have money. But sometimes I realize that my husband and I are working 6 to 7 days a week when the kiddos might be working 2 to 4 days a week, and they're as able-bodied young adults as we are, and we're a lot older. So I think sometimes we just don't stop and think, are we enabling or are we helping? So, sometimes we want to have boundaries where we lower the bridge, and sometimes we need to raise the bridge, because my social worker where I work said it like this: people don't often change until they're so uncomfortable they're forced to change. So if you're constantly bailing someone out or helping someone with something they can do themselves, then you are enabling them to not make a change. And I'm a big Al-Anon person. For those of you who don't know, that's the group that is supportive for people who have family members who have addiction in their family. And, we talk about that a lot. What is enabling? There have been times where I've paid my kids rent just because it made me feel safer knowing they had a place to go, and I didn't want them to come home and live. I know it sounds terrible, but 6 kids, it's a reality. So there have been times I've helped my kids more because it was my peace of mind. There are other times where I said no because I knew that if I continued to bail them out, that they were not going to be motivated to make a change. So media mail, shopping, asking for gas prices, grouping your errands, just not shopping if you don't need anything, and stop and think before you make purchases or give people money. Are you helping or hurting? So I hope this has been helpful. I think that these were a couple of tips that may be a little unusual. So have a great day, and thumbs up if you like it. Thank you.